Good morning, my world of rogues. My name is Erin Rogoff, and I'd like to welcome you back to my BookTube channel. I would also like to wish you a happy first day of October. Can't forget that. With October comes Halloween season, and I've already been to the Spirit of Halloween stores to check out the cool stuff. Anyone go to Fright Fest at Six Flags? One of my friends works there. I recommend everyone go at least once, and I have been to Fright Fest several times. When I was younger and I had my group of friends living close to me, we would always make it a tradition to go to Fright Fest every year, and that was like 3 or 4 years in a row, but I am no longer friends with those people, so that tradition kind of dissipated. Anyway, I wanted to keep with the Halloween theme of the supernatural genre and the horror flicks, so I've been binge-watching horror movies with my mom and my brother. Night of the Living Dead, Shaun of the Dead, Dorm of the Dead, World War Z, The Walking Dead, and Z Nation, to name a few of the movies and TV shows that we love to watch. My dad actually gets really tired of hearing my mom and I watch World War Z. Me for the zombies, her for Brad Pitt. Anyway, I wanted to talk about 4 books that I really hope to read this month, time permitting, starting with We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach. I ask for forgiveness if I pronounce the last name wrong. But anyway, We All Looked Up is a young adult fiction post-apocalyptic fantasy novel. It's a standalone novel, and other books written by Tommy Wallach. There is Thanks for the Trouble, This Love Has No End, Strange Fire, and Slow Burn. And in this book, in 2 months, an asteroid is set to hit the Earth, so labels like the athlete, the outcast, the slacker, and the overachiever, they no longer matter, and everyone needs to learn that, so as they watch this meteor coming closer and closer to the Earth, they decide, okay, we're gonna get rid of all the labels and learn to be bigger than ourselves. And I'm not talking size-wise, unless it's size of the heart. So, as for ratings, Goodreads rates the book at a 3.6 out of 5 stars. I already love it even more than that, and a bunch of Google users, 95% liked this book. And as for notes, this book has been described as this generation's The Stand by Stephen King. And I love Stephen King. If anyone knows me, they know I love Stephen King. And anyway, my dad bought me this book for a no-reason present, and I am so into it. And that's also like another tradition with my family. We buy each other presents for no reason. Like, if it's my brother's birthday, we're celebrating my half birthday too. And if it's my birthday, then we're celebrating my brother's half birthday. Or, well, those are kind of reasons, but like if you just want to pick up a present out of the blue, everyone knows to get me books in my family. So anyway, moving on. My brother thinks that if the world was ending, I would probably raid a bookstore, but really I would just go on a rest of our short lives camping trip with my boyfriend Andrew, my best friend Michaela, and my brother Christopher, because I would want to spend the last days of my life with people I really care about. And moving on, another book I want to read this month is The Cellar by Natasha Preston. This is a young adult fiction suspense novel. It's a standalone novel, and there are a bunch of other books that I want to read by Natasha Preston, including Silence, Broken Silence, Second Chance, Save Me, The Cellar, I'm already reading that, Awake, The Cabin, You Will Be Mine, The Lost, and The Twin, which will be released in 2020. And I am so excited to read that. Oh my god, I cannot tell you how much. Anyway, in the town of Longthorpe, nothing ever seems to happen until 16-year-old Summer Robinson disappears. And no one knows where she's gone or can track her down, and some think she's dead, some think she's a runaway, but she's really in a cellar trapped by an abductor with other girls. And Barnes & Noble rates the book at a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and Books A Million rates the book at a 4.3 out of 5 stars. Personally, I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars anyway, as I have started reading it already. And with my ADHD, I can actually channel it into focusing on the things that I really like, But then again, with reading, I have ADHD, so I'll read The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brady, and then I'll be like, ooh, another book, Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake, I have to read that too. So I get really excited over books like that, as you can see. Moving on, another book I want to read this month is The Creeping by Alexandra Sirowy. This is a young adult fiction horror novel. It's a standalone, and there are two other books that I want to read by Alexandra Sirowy, and they are The Telling and First We Were Four. And in The Creeping, it takes place in this town where, like, nothing seems to happen, but 11 years ago, Stella and Jeannie disappeared, and only Stella came back. So, once a body is found, Stella is brought to an ancient evil and dark secrets, and Stella thinks remembering what happened to Jeannie will save her, but it won't, and now she knows to fear the shadows. This book is rated a 3.7 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, but I would like to make my own opinion on the book. And personally, I live in a town where nothing seems to happen, so this book intrigued me from the cover to the storyline. So tell me, in your own opinion, is it really worth the read? I will read it anyway, but I'd still like to form my own opinion. And then moving on to the last book I would like to read this month is The Witch Hunter by Virginia Boaker. This is a young adult fiction, high fantasy novel. It's book 1 of the Witch Hunter series, and in that series there's The Witch Hunter and The Kingslayer. And then there are other books written by Virginia Boaker that I also want to read more, and that is The Healer, The Chase, and An Assassin's Guide to Love and Treason. Now that title really makes me think, okay, I have to read that. And anyway, with the summary, your enemy isn't what you battle against, it is what you fear. Elizabeth Grey is the king's most formidable witch hunter, loyal to the crown by rooting out witches and dealing with punishment. However, when she is accused of being a witch, she's arrested and then tried for burning at the stake. So what will happen to Elizabeth when somebody who is a witch saves her? Are you into it? Because I certainly am. As for ratings, Goodreads rates the book out of 3.8 out of 5 stars, and 98% of Google users liked this book, and I am one of those 98%. And as for footnotes, I actually bought The Kingslayer before I got The Witch Hunter, so as I was reading The Kingslayer, I'm like, okay, there's a story before this, I know it, my bookstore doesn't have it, I need to get book 1 first and then read that. So it's been on my TBR pile for a really long time now, and I have yet to read it, but I really want to get to reading it this month. Anyway, happy Halloween if I don't see you sooner. Hit that like button in the face, and have a great day, everyone. Happy Halloween!